Looks like you're trying to hear Bravo. Walk around.
Charlotte, signal 4, fire rescue.
Man, just let me out. Stop! Stop, bro! Shoot! Stop! Sit the dog! Sit the dog! Yes, I'm listening! Stop!
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. On the evening of Thursday, January 27, 2022, a seemingly routine welfare check escalated into a violent confrontation that left a police officer injured and resulted in a police pursuit. The incident began at approximately 5:53 p.m. near 25th and St. Paul Avenue, when a concerned citizen reported a man slumped over in a parked car. Milwaukee police officer Herbert Davis, a 7-year veteran of the force, was the first to respond to the scene. His body camera footage shows him approaching a black Dodge Charger, where he found 22-year-old Jetron Rodthong unconscious in the driver's seat. Officer Davis can be seen attempting to wake Rodthong, asking him what he had taken. Rodthong eventually responds, admitting that he had been drinking. Davis, showing concern for his well-being, informs him that medical assistance is on the way. He then asks Rodthong to step out of the vehicle.
I'm Officer Davis, Milwaukee Police.
Yeah.
What's going on here? What's that? What's going on? What'd you take? What'd you take?
I was drinking.
You were what?
Drinking?
Drinking?
Yeah.
What were you drinking?
Alcohol.
Oh, what type of alcohol?
Fishy.
3260. Is there a bike available?
This one at
10-4. What about 3220? Hey, Cunha, can you call? Cunha, can you call me, please? All right, sir. Did you take any drugs today? You just drinking? Okay. Do you need any medical attention? Medical is coming, though. They're gonna just tell them that you don't want their help if you don't need it. But yeah, someone called about you, said that you weren't getting up. Then when I got here, you were just sitting here. Do you have an ID on you?
No.
You don't? Okay. That far. Can you do me a favor? Can you stop out the car, please?
The car?
As Rodthong exits the car, a struggle ensues between him and Officer Davis. Suddenly, Rodthong brandishes a pink and black handgun and fires at Officer Davis, striking him in the shoulder and flank. Davis, though injured, manages to draw his weapon and return fire as he seeks cover behind Rodthong's car. The situation takes another dramatic turn as Rodthong abandons his own vehicle and jumps into Officer Davis's running squad car. He speeds away, leading police on a chase through the city streets. The dashcam footage from the stolen police car captures the suspect running multiple red lights. In a desperate attempt to evade capture, he ultimately crashes the stolen vehicle into another car at North 17th Street and West Clybourne Street. Following the crash, Rodthong fled on foot, but was quickly apprehended by responding officers a block away. He was found to have sustained multiple gunshot wounds to both of his arms and was in possession of methamphetamines and fentanyl at the time of his arrest. The firearm used in the assault on Officer Davis was recovered from the stolen squad car. Officer Davis was transported to a local hospital where he was treated for his injuries and was commendably released the following day. Jetron Rodthong was charged with 8 felonies in connection with the incident and was ultimately sentenced to 40 years in prison. This harrowing incident serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable dangers that law enforcement officers face daily. A routine welfare check, an act of community caretaking, can in moments escalate into a life-threatening situation. It underscores the importance of constant vigilance and preparedness for any eventuality. For the public, it highlights the potential dangers of impaired driving and the serious consequences of resisting arrest, especially when armed. The bravery and resilience shown by Officer Davis, who, despite being wounded, continued to engage the suspect.
Virginia Beach, Virginia. On December 1, 2022, what began as a routine patrol escalated into a life-threatening confrontation. Around 3:30 p.m. in the Newtown Baker Crossing Shopping Center parking lot, a Virginia Beach police officer's automatic license plate reader flagged a parked Dodge Caliber as a stolen vehicle. The officer confirmed the car was stolen with dispatch and approached the vehicle as its occupants were getting out. The officer's dashcam video shows him approaching the driver, 28-year-old Deshaun Whitaker, and attempting to place him in handcuffs. Whitaker initially appears compliant, but then suddenly flees on foot, dropping a red bag as he runs away. The officer momentarily gives chase before turning his attention to the front seat passenger, Whitaker's 20-year-old wife, Jacqueline Ortiz Whitaker. The officer attempts to detain Ortiz Whitaker, who also tries to run. A struggle ensues, and the officer takes her to the ground. During the struggle, the officer's body camera captures the sight of a handgun tucked into her waistband. He can be heard repeatedly shouting commands, telling her, "If you move, I will shoot you," as she reaches for the weapon multiple times. While the officer is trying to subdue Ortiz Whitaker and prevent her from drawing her firearm, Deshaun Whitaker reappears. He has retrieved a handgun from the bag he dropped and now points it directly at the officer. Faced with a deadly threat, the officer, still entangled with Ortiz Whitaker on the ground, turns and fires 4 shots at Whitaker. A gun is seen dropping to the pavement as Whitaker falls. Emergency services were on the scene in under a minute, but Whitaker later died from his injuries at a hospital. The officer's body camera then shows him pursuing and arresting another suspect who had fled from the stolen vehicle. He apprehends the man and a struggle ensues. The suspect repeatedly reaches for a gun in his waistband. The officer draws his own weapon, shouting, "You move, I will shoot you." After a tense struggle over the firearm, with a civilian intervening to help the officer, other officers arrive. They are able to disarm and arrest the man. The aftermath of this incident extended beyond the parking lot. Jacqueline Ortiz Whitaker was convicted of multiple felonies, including assault on a law enforcement officer and receiving stolen property. The investigation, supported by the graphic dashcam and body cam footage, led the Commonwealth's attorney to deem the officer's actions justified. The event serves as a stark lesson on how quickly a seemingly routine situation can escalate into a violent and deadly encounter. It underscores the dangers officers face when dealing with armed individuals who choose not to comply with lawful orders. For the public and law enforcement, the incident highlights the critical role of body-worn cameras in providing transparent, objective evidence. It also serves as a tragic reminder that non-compliance, especially when firearms are involved, can lead to irreversible consequences, reinforcing the vital importance of de-escalation and cooperation for the safety of everyone involved.
Montgomery County, Maryland. On the morning of Saturday, July 22, 2023, a series of violent and unprovoked attacks unfolded, leading to a fatal officer-involved shooting. The incident began at approximately 10:36 a.m. when the Montgomery County Department of Police received multiple calls about a stabbing at a thrift store on Veers Mill Road. Minutes later, another 911 call reported that 2 women and a man had been stabbed at a yard sale nearby on Cooley Drive. Police officers were dispatched to the scenes, finding 4 victims with injuries ranging from superficial to critical. A description of the suspect was broadcast and a search of the area began. At approximately 10:47 a.m., body camera footage shows a Montgomery County police officer in his vehicle as he spots the suspect. He radios in a description: black shirt, black pants, red stripes. Got a knife in his hand, right hand. The officer, later identified as Justin Lee, immediately exits his vehicle and pursues the suspect, 19-year-old Franklin Castro Ordonez, on foot. Officer Lee can be heard shouting commands as he runs. "Give it up, man. Drop the knife. Give it up, man." Ordonez continues to walk away down a residential sidewalk, ignoring the officer's orders. As Officer Lee continues to follow, he repeatedly yells, "Drop the knife." Ordonez then turns and charges directly at the officer with the large butcher knife still in his hand. Officer Lee shouts, "He's charging at me," before firing his service weapon multiple times. Ordonez immediately falls to the sidewalk. Officer Lee radios, "Shots fired, shots fired, suspect down." He cautiously approaches, keeping his weapon aimed at Ordonez, and notes the knife on the ground, saying, "Secure the knife, secure the knife." Within seconds, other officers arrive on the scene. They secure Ordonez's hands behind his back and immediately begin life-saving measures. An officer calls for a med kit as they prepare to render aid. Despite their efforts, Franklin Castro Ordonez was pronounced dead at the scene.
Did that guy run past you? Did he run past you? Where'd he go? No good? No good? Your car broke? Okay.
Team at Havard and LB.
2 John 10 priority. Suspect is on where I'm at. Just tried to stab my car.
Well, coming around.
Running up Littleton.
Suspect tried to stab John King's car running up Littleton.
Got him walking now on Havard. Still knife in his hand.
Dashcam footage from another responding officer's vehicle shows the broader police presence in the neighborhood as they search for Ordonez following the stabbings. The video captures the final moments of the confrontation from a distance, showing Ordonez walking in the street and then moving aggressively toward Officer Lee before the shots were fired. The incident had a significant effect on the community and law enforcement. The quick response of the Montgomery County Police Department brought an end to a violent, random stabbing spree that had already injured 4 innocent people, preventing further harm to the public. For the officers involved, it was a traumatic event, described by an assistant police chief as one of the worst days that an officer can have.
The 2 officers on the scene were placed on administrative leave, a standard procedure in such cases. This incident serves as a stark illustration of the dangers police officers face and the split-second decisions they must make when confronted with an armed and aggressive individual. It highlights the critical importance of de-escalation attempts, such as the repeated verbal commands to drop the weapon, but also shows the reality that such attempts are not always successful. The seamless transition from using lethal force to immediately rendering medical aid demonstrates the multifaceted training and responsibilities of modern law enforcement. For public safety, it underscores the unpredictable nature of violence and the necessity of community vigilance and prompt reporting to help authorities respond effectively to protect citizens. Per Maryland law, the investigation into the police shooting was handled by the Attorney General's Independent Investigation Division. The Howard County State's Attorney's Office later reviewed the case and declined to prosecute. Albuquerque, New Mexico, a chaotic and tragic scene unfolded on Saturday, June 24, 2023, when a police encounter with a wanted man escalated into a fatal shootout inside a crowded supermarket. The incident began around 3:24 p.m. in the parking lot of an AutoZone at 131 98th Street Northwest, where officers responded to a call about a man, later identified as 41-year-old Mark Peter, slumped over the wheel of his running vehicle. Officers identified Peter and discovered he had an outstanding felony warrant. They attempted to peacefully apprehend him, but after about 20 minutes, Peter awoke and fled in his SUV, driving over spike strips police had placed. He then drove into the parking lot of the nearby El Mesquite Market.
Stop right there! Put your hands up! Albuquerque Police Department, stop! You're not free to leave! Put your hands up! Stop right there! Put your hands up! Stop! 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 You're not free to leave! You're not free to leave! Stop! Put your hands up! He has a knife on him. Stop! Don't reach! You're not free to leave!
Body camera footage shows officers pursuing Peter on foot as he walked towards the entrance of the supermarket. Officers can be heard repeatedly commanding him to stop. Ignoring their commands, Peter enters the busy store. Inside, officers continue their pursuit. One officer deploys a taser, striking Peter in the back. As he is tased, Peter turns and begins firing a handgun at the officers. The situation rapidly devolves into a shootout within the confined space of the supermarket, filled with employees and shoppers. The video captures the frantic moments as gunfire erupts. Officers return fire, and the exchange continues for several seconds. In total, Peter fired at least 13 shots, while officers fired at least 46 rounds. The shootout ended with Mark Peter being struck multiple times. He succumbed to his injuries at the scene. Miraculously, no officers or bystanders were physically harmed by the gunfire. This incident highlights the unpredictable and dangerous nature of police work and the split-second decisions officers must make in high-stress situations. The shooting inside a crowded public space underscores the immense risk to public safety when such events occur. Following the incident, Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina described the scene as chaos.
In Hudson, Florida, a routine patrol on December 9, 2018, quickly escalated into a dangerous pursuit when a Pasco County deputy spotted a stolen vehicle. The car, a gray 2015 Mazda 6, had been reported stolen from a local dealership earlier that day. The driver, a 14-year-old male, was about to embark on a reckless attempt to evade law enforcement. With lights and sirens activated, the chase is on. The teenage driver weaves through traffic, showing a complete disregard for public safety. The deputy maintains pursuit, providing updates on their location as they head southbound on US 19. The young driver's inexperience and desperation are evident as he reaches speeds of 70 miles per hour, making risky maneuvers to avoid other vehicles and even a pedestrian. The pursuit comes to an abrupt and violent end when the stolen Mazda crashes, hitting a road sign and rolling multiple times before coming to a rest 8 miles from where it was stolen. The chase is not over yet.
The teen driver emerges from the wreckage and flees on foot into a nearby shopping center parking lot. The pursuing deputy quickly gives chase on foot as another patrol car arrives on the scene. The officers catch up to the 14-year-old, who is then taken into custody. He's being charged with grand theft and criminal mischief and had never been issued a driver's license. This incident highlights the unpredictable and dangerous nature of police work and the serious risks posed by vehicle theft and reckless driving, particularly when it involves a juvenile with no regard for the law or the safety of others. It underscores the split-second decisions law enforcement officers must make to protect the community while also attempting to apprehend suspects who are determined to escape at any cost. The successful capture of the suspect without serious injury to the public or the officers is a testament to the training and coordination of the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. This event serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of juvenile crime and the importance of responsible decision-making.
Alexandria, Louisiana. On November 6, 2022, at approximately 1:30 p.m., a traffic stop escalated into a fatal shooting. The incident involved Rapides Parish Sheriff's Deputy Rodney Anderson and 45-year-old Derek Kittling. The encounter begins with Deputy Anderson pulling over Kittling for an alleged window tint violation and a modified exhaust. As seen from both the dash cam and the deputy's body cam, Kittling exits his silver pickup truck, at which point Deputy Anderson instructs him to move toward the back of the truck. Kittling questions the reason for the stop, and the deputy tells him he will explain shortly. As Kittling walks toward the rear of his vehicle, Deputy Anderson follows, and an altercation ensues.
Face the truck. Huh?
What's the issue?
Because you agitated, you turn around, you ain't following nothing.
I am following.
Look, turn.
I don't hear you. Can I get my phone, sir?
We'll get to that. Just turn and face the truck.
Turn and face the truck. What I did?
Face the truck.
What is wrong with you? Why is you grabbing on me, man?
Give me a unit.
Why you grabbing on me, bro?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Put your hands behind your back.
For what?
Put your hands behind your back.
For what, bro?
Put your hands behind your back.
For what?
The deputy attempts to gain control of Kittling, who resists. Anderson can be heard saying Kittling is agitated and not following instructions. He then tells Kittling to turn and face the truck, which Kittling questions. The situation rapidly intensifies as a physical struggle begins. Anderson unholsters his taser with his right hand while trying to control Kittling with his left. The taser is deployed, but it is unclear if it made full contact with Kittling. The struggle continues, with both men grappling for control of the taser.
Stay right there. Right here. To the truck. To the truck. Yeah, go to it. Walk over here. Walk over here. Walk to your truck. Stand by 8th and Broadway. To the back of your truck. Show me. Keep your hands out your pockets. Put them on the. Walk to the back of your truck. Walk to the back of your truck. Out with a Silverado temp tag. Face back here. Face your truck for me. Face your truck.
What's the issue?
Huh?
What's the issue?
Because you agitated, you turn around, you ain't following nothing.
I am following.
Look, turn.
I don't hear you. Can I get my phone, sir?
We'll get to that. Just turn and face the truck. Turn and face the truck.
What I did?
Face the truck.
What is wrong with you? Why is you grabbing on me, man?
Give me a unit.
Why you grabbing on me, bro?
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Put your hands behind your back.
For what?
Put your hands behind your back.
For what, bro?
Put your hands.
For what?
Your back.
For what?
10-18! 10-18! Ow! Oh!
What you, bro?
The deputy's body camera falls to the ground during the struggle, but continues to record. Both men end up on the ground, and the taser is deployed again. Bystander footage shows the two struggling on the ground. Kittling appears to gain control of the taser. The deputy then draws his firearm, and a single shot is fired. Immediately after the shot, Deputy Anderson gets on his radio and reports shots fired and that there is a gunshot wound to the head. Kittling was transported to a local hospital where he succumbed to his injuries.
Walk over here. Walk to your truck. Stand by 8th and Broadway. To the back of your truck. Show me. Keep your hands out your pockets. Put them on the. Walk to the back of your truck. Walk to the back of your truck. Out with a silver auto temp tag. Five. Face your truck for me. Face your truck.
What's this?
Huh?
What's the issue?
Because you agitate, you turn around, you ain't following nothing.
I am following.
Look, turn.
I don't hear you.
The entire incident, from the moment the physical struggle began to the fatal shot, lasted less than a minute. The aftermath of this incident raised significant questions within the community and led to an investigation by the Louisiana State Police. The family of Derek Kittling, represented by civil rights attorney Ben Crump, called for the release of all video footage and questioned the necessity of the traffic stop and the use of deadly force. This tragic event highlights the unpredictability of police work and the speed at which a seemingly routine traffic stop can escalate. It underscores the critical importance of de-escalation techniques in law enforcement training and the ongoing national conversation about use of force. For the public, it serves as a painful reminder of the potential for fatal outcomes during interactions with law enforcement, and reinforces the demand for transparency and accountability from police departments. Lessons from this incident emphasize the need for clear communication from officers, compliance from individuals during a stop, and a thorough and impartial investigation when lethal force is used. In April 2023, the Rapides Parish District Attorney announced that no criminal charges would be filed against Deputy Anderson, concluding that the shooting was justified.
Washington, D.C. On Saturday, March 18, 2023, a routine check on a suspicious vehicle escalated into a fatal officer-involved shooting and a dramatic crash, all captured on body-worn cameras. The incident began around 8:51 a.m. when a Metropolitan Police Department officer responded to a call about a suspicious vehicle in the 3400 block of Baker Street Northeast. The officer found a car with its engine running, and the driver, later identified as 17-year-old Delanio Martin, asleep inside. Upon discovering the vehicle was stolen, the officer called for backup. U.S. Park police officers arrived at the scene to assist. At approximately 9:30 a.m., as seen in the video, officers approached the white SUV where Martin was still sleeping. After a brief discussion on how to proceed, officers decided to enter the vehicle to apprehend him. As they do, Martin wakes up and a struggle ensues. He manages to put the car in drive and speeds away with a U.S. Park police officer trapped in the back seat. Another officer is thrown from the vehicle as it lurches forward.
The body camera footage captures the chaotic moments inside the moving vehicle. The trapped officer can be heard shouting, "Stop, man! Just let me out! Stop or I'll shoot!" As Martin continues to drive erratically down the street, the officer fires his weapon multiple times, fatally striking the teenager. The vehicle, now without a driver in control, veers off the road, travels up an embankment, and crashes violently into the front of a nearby house in the 300 block of 36th Street Northeast. The footage shows the immediate aftermath of the crash, with the officer still inside the vehicle as it comes to a rest inside the home's enclosed porch. No one inside the residence was injured. A firearm was later recovered from inside the vehicle. This incident highlights the unpredictable and dangerous nature of police encounters with stolen vehicles. The decision of the U.S. Park police officer to enter the vehicle is a key point of discussion, as it deviates from the policies of some other law enforcement agencies.
Fresno, California. On the night of Saturday, October 3, 2020, a police encounter tragically ended in the fatal shooting of 43-year-old Joseph Orlowski. The incident, captured on officer-worn body cameras, occurred in a narrow walkway between two buildings. Fresno police officers were initially dispatched to the scene following a report of a man who had allegedly brandished a handgun and threatened a security guard. Upon their arrival, officers located a man, later identified as Joseph Orlowski, who was holding a small white dog. As seen in the body cam footage, officers gave Orlowski commands to determine if he was armed. The situation escalated rapidly, and an officer fired his weapon, striking Orlowski. Despite the immediate medical aid rendered at the scene by the officers, Joseph Orlowski succumbed to his injuries. This incident highlights the complex and often tragic nature of police encounters, particularly when there are reports of firearms. The presence of Orlowski's small dog adds another layer of poignancy to the event. Such incidents invariably lead to internal and external investigations to determine the appropriateness of the use of force and to identify any potential for improving police tactics and training. For the public, these events underscore the critical importance of de-escalation and transparency in law enforcement.
Riverside, California, on July 25, 2022, at approximately 5:18 p.m., the tranquil evening in a mobile home park on Atlanta Avenue was shattered. The City of Riverside's Public Safety Communications Center began receiving frantic calls reporting 2 home invasion robberies. As officers rushed to the scene, they learned the suspect had escalated his crime spree, carjacking an Amazon delivery van to make his escape. The suspect, identified as 32-year-old Quentin Jarnall Larks of Las Vegas, was quickly located thanks to the Amazon van's GPS. However, Larks had no intention of surrendering peacefully. He led police on a dangerous pursuit through the city streets, his desperation evident as he drove recklessly, even crossing into oncoming traffic. The chase intensified as Larks entered the 60 freeway, where he deliberately collided with multiple occupied vehicles. The pursuit reached its dramatic climax when the stolen Amazon van, battered and disabled from the collisions, finally came to a halt. Larks, refusing to give up, abandoned the vehicle and made a desperate dash across the freeway, attempting to scale a retaining wall. His escape attempt was short-lived. Unable to surmount the wall, he was swiftly apprehended by the pursuing officers. Quentin Jarnall Larks was arrested and, after being medically cleared, was booked on a host of charges, including attempted murder, home invasion robbery, carjacking, and assault with a deadly weapon. He is being held on a $1 million bail. This harrowing incident serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of crime and the immense dangers law enforcement officers face. The professionalism and composure displayed by the Riverside Police Department, from the dispatchers to the officers on the ground, were instrumental in bringing a chaotic and perilous situation to a safe conclusion, preventing further harm to the community. The event underscores the critical importance of robust communication, swift response, and coordinated efforts in law enforcement to protect public safety in the face of brazen and violent criminal acts.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. On September 20th, 2022, at approximately 1:23 p.m., a series of events unfolded that would end in a fatal deputy-involved shooting. It began when Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies were flagged down regarding a suspicious person, later identified as 45-year-old Colby Adkins, who was unresponsive inside a vehicle at a gas station on Rio Bravo Boulevard. Deputies attempted to make contact with Adkins and strategically positioned their vehicles to block his car. However, upon being roused, Adkins rammed 3 police units and fled the scene. He led deputies on a chase, driving recklessly through traffic, running a red light, and eventually crashing into 2 civilian vehicles at the intersection of Isleta Boulevard and Camino del Valle SW, disabling his own car. The situation escalated when Adkins exited the passenger side of the car and made sporadic movements, using the vehicle for cover. He then pointed a black object, which deputies believed to be a firearm, at a passing motorist. Multiple deputies shouted, "He's got a gun!" before 6 deputies fired their weapons, striking Adkins multiple times. Life-saving measures were performed at the scene, but Adkins succumbed to his injuries. The object he was holding was later identified as a black flashlight. A search of the stolen vehicle revealed fentanyl, heroin, drug paraphernalia, and numerous stolen bank cards. At the time of the incident, Colby Adkins had an extensive criminal history, including a recent release from federal prison in 2020 for bank robbery.
Columbus, Ohio, on December 1st, 2023. At approximately 2:23 a.m., a fatal officer-involved shooting occurred in a bedroom of a residence. The man fatally shot was identified as Jaquez Scott. Body camera footage from the Columbus Division of Police shows officers entering the bedroom where Scott is in bed. They instruct him to get dressed. As Scott gets out of bed and moves toward his closet, the situation quickly escalates. Officers can be heard giving commands to Scott. The body cam footage shows a struggle ensuing between Scott and the officers. During the chaotic encounter, an officer is heard shouting, "He's got a gun, 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 gun." A struggle for the weapon follows, and multiple shots are fired in rapid succession, and Scott falls to the ground. Officers immediately call for medical assistance and begin to render aid. This incident highlights the volatile and split-second nature of police encounters. For law enforcement, it underscores the challenges and dangers they face when responding to calls where individuals may be armed. The presence of a firearm dramatically increases the risk for all involved and necessitates immediate and decisive action from officers who perceive a deadly threat. The footage serves as a critical piece of evidence for internal reviews and investigations, which scrutinize the officers' actions to ensure they align with departmental policy and legal standards for the use of deadly force. From a public safety perspective, this event raises important questions about de-escalation tactics and the protocols for engaging with armed individuals in confined spaces.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the fucking gun! You got it.
Jacksonville, Florida. In the early morning hours of July 9, 2023, a tense confrontation unfolded between a Jacksonville Sheriff's Office deputy and a man armed with a knife and a realistic-looking airsoft gun. The incident, which occurred on Boney Road, began after police received a call about an arson in progress. Body cam footage from the responding officer captures the initial moments as he arrives at the scene.
He exits his vehicle and calls out to 39-year-old Timothy O'Donohue, who is seen on the porch of the residence. The officer repeatedly asked, "Hey man, you all right?" O'Donohue's response is largely unintelligible. The officer then notices a knife in O'Donohue's hand and repeatedly orders him to drop it. Despite the officer's commands, O'Donohue does not comply and instead picks up what appears to be a handgun. He then begins to advance towards the officer, who retreats to create distance. The situation escalates as O'Donohue continues to approach the officer, ignoring repeated commands to step back and put the gun down. During the standoff, a woman's voice can be heard in the background, shouting that the gun is an airsoft gun. However, with the tip of the airsoft pistol painted black, it was indistinguishable from a real firearm in the dimly lit environment.
Hey, put that knife down, I'm gonna shoot you. Put that knife down, I'm gonna shoot you. Hey, put that gun down. And that knife down, you chasing me. Hey.
The confrontation reaches its climax when O'Donohue raises the airsoft gun and fires at the officer. In response, the officer discharges his firearm, striking O'Donohue multiple times. O'Donohue falls to the ground, and the officer immediately moves in to provide aid. A struggle ensues as O'Donohue resists the officer's attempts to secure him, grabbing at the officer's weapon. Another officer arrives and assists in subduing O'Donohue, who is then taken into custody. Emergency medical services were called to the scene, and O'Donohue was transported to a local hospital with critical injuries.
Oh, shit! Get on your back. Give me your gun. Give me your gun. Give me your fucking deck. Give me your gun. Give me it. Give me it. Get on your back. Fuck that. I'm gonna get it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Do it.
The incident on Boney Road highlights the split-second decisions law enforcement officers must make in high-stress situations. The presence of a realistic-looking airsoft gun created a deadly force scenario, leaving the officer with little choice but to respond to the perceived threat to protect his own life. This event underscores the dangers of replica firearms and the importance of compliance with lawful orders from law enforcement. For the public, it serves as a stark reminder of the potential for tragedy when individuals, particularly those in mental distress, are armed and non-compliant with police. Law enforcement agencies can use this incident as a training tool to reinforce de-escalation tactics, threat assessment, and the justification for the use of force when faced with a perceived deadly threat. The shooting is also a call to action for improved mental health services and public awareness about the dangers of brandishing replica weapons.
Waterbury, Connecticut. On April 3, 2022, a police officer located a white Hummer on Rutledge Street, a dead-end road. The vehicle and its driver, 25-year-old Hannah Casperson, were wanted in connection with 41 car break-ins that had occurred in the nearby town of Woolcott. This body cam footage captures the intense moments that followed. The video begins with a Waterbury police officer approaching the parked white Hummer. The officer informs dispatch that he has the street blocked off and that there is, quote, no way out. As he reaches the driver's side door and attempts to open it, the driver, Hannah Casperson, suddenly accelerates. The officer can be heard yelling, "I got the street blocked. You're not going anywhere." Despite the officer's warnings, Casperson rams the police cruiser that is blocking the end of the street, driving up onto the side of the vehicle to force her way out. The officer, now on foot, runs after the Hummer as it speeds down the narrow alleyway. He radios for backup, stating that the suspect is ramming his cruiser. The Hummer successfully breaks free and a pursuit ensues. The chase, which lasted for about 25 miles, ended in Monroe when Casperson crashed the Hummer into a utility pole.
Cut it out! All right, take it off on these main streets.
Shively, Kentucky, on a rainy afternoon, a police officer engaged in a foot pursuit of a male suspect through a residential neighborhood. Body camera footage captures the intensity of the chase, which began on Tuesday, December 26, 2017. The video starts with the officer running through backyards, navigating wet grass and fences. He can be heard breathing heavily as he keeps his eyes on the fleeing suspect, later identified as Michael T. Hensley. The officer provides updates over his radio, noting his location and the direction of the pursuit as it moves toward Grandview Avenue. During the chase, he repeatedly shouts, "Come here," at Hensley, who does not comply.
Come here. Come here.
101 to 103.
He's heading out back towards Grandview.
Okay, it's going over towards Grandview.
Make it quick.
Are you going to start your way? What are you, 105 Adam? Yeah, we're all right. I'm out. I'll grab you 4512 there, guys, when you get out here. 4512 and 1024.
After navigating through several properties and over a fence, the chase emerges onto a street. At this point, the officer, Cody Richardson, draws his firearm. He yells, "Show me your hands, motherfucker. Show me your hands." In a tense and rapid escalation, Hensley turns toward the officer and shouts, "Fuck you." Officer Richardson then fires his weapon multiple times. Hensley immediately falls to the ground. Officer Richardson radios, shots fired," and cautiously approaches, repeatedly ordering Hensley to show his hands. Within moments, other officers arrive on the scene to secure the area and render aid. Hensley was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations later confirmed that Hensley had a warrant for a parole violation connected to a robbery charge. This incident serves as a stark example of the unpredictable and dangerous situations law enforcement officers can face. The decision to use lethal force is one of the most serious and scrutinized actions an officer can take, and it often unfolds in a matter of seconds under extreme stress. For the public and law enforcement agencies, such events underscore the critical importance of de-escalation training and the need for clear and transparent protocols for engaging with non-compliant and potentially armed individuals. The availability of body camera footage is vital in the aftermath, providing a direct, though limited, perspective of the incident, which is crucial for investigation, accountability, and fostering public trust. A primary lesson from incidents like these is the emphasis on both officer safety and the sanctity of human life, highlighting the ongoing need for training that equips officers to manage volatile situations while minimizing the necessity for deadly force whenever possible. Rio Arriba County, New Mexico, on November 11, 2021, at approximately 3:30 p.m., New Mexico State Police initiated a traffic stop on US 68 near the community of Dixon. Sergeant Gerald Alvarez, operating an unmarked state police unit, was pursuing a vehicle for a speeding violation. At 46 seconds, Sergeant Alvarez has pulled up behind a black sedan that has stopped in the middle of the road. The sedan's driver's side door is open. A male individual, later identified as 33-year-old Luis Garcia, is visible outside the car, kneeling on the roadway with his arms outstretched and hands raised in a gesture of surrender. Sergeant Alvarez exits his police unit and approaches Garcia, while Officer Antonio Herrera, arriving in a separate unit, also pulls up and approaches the scene. From Officer Antonio Herrera's body cam view, at 59 seconds, the scene unfolds from a closer perspective. Garcia remains kneeling on the double yellow lines, still with his hands raised. The bright sun creates a strong lens flare, momentarily obscuring part of the view. Sergeant Alvarez is heard instructing Garcia, "Go ahead and stand up, dude, and turn around." Garcia in cuffs safely. Officer Herrera adds, "Safely." Garcia slowly walks backward, still with his hands up. Sergeant Alvarez then steps forward to directly engage Garcia, reaching for his taser. Just as he draws it, Luis Garcia lunges forward, grappling with Sergeant Alvarez for control of the taser. At 2:07, a violent struggle ensues. Garcia disarms Sergeant Alvarez of his taser and then appears to deploy it, possibly toward Sergeant Alvarez, who immediately goes to the ground. In response to this immediate and severe threat to his partner's life, Officer Herrera draws his firearm and fires multiple shots at Luis Garcia. The dashcam footage at 3:26 provides a clearer, wider view of the rapid escalation.
Walk backward.
Well, if you want to, walk towards us. Walk towards us. You're not going to get shot. Today you're going home. Come on. Walk towards us.
Just walk backward.
Walk backward.
Huh?
We need you to get down so we can put you in cuffs safely.
We can cuff you up.
Safely.
Back up.
Sarge, can I borrow your taser?
Please stay back and just help.
Okay, cool. Hey, come over here though. Hey, look it. Why are you running, dude?
Garcia grabs the taser from Sergeant Alvarez, who collapses. Officer Herrera immediately opens fire. Multiple shots are audible as Garcia falls to the ground. The audio captures Officer Herrera urgently stating, shots fired," over his radio, followed by the dispatcher confirming, "Shots fired."
Can go through West Unit Snowman. Now portion call 552. 552 Centcom. I'm passing Sunport Road right now. 543 direct, break Centcom 553. I was Centcom. Copy to all 553 764.
Luis Garcia was ultimately pronounced deceased at the scene. Sergeant Gerald Alvarez sustained non-life-threatening injuries, specifically a gunshot wound from his own duty weapon during the struggle, and was transported for medical attention. This harrowing incident harshly illustrates the unpredictable and dangerous nature of law enforcement work. What began as a routine traffic stop for speeding quickly escalated into a life-or-death confrontation, demonstrating how rapidly situations can change on the street. The actions of Officer Herrera, faced with an immediate and grave threat to his partner, reflect the split-second, high-stakes decisions officers must make to ensure their survival and the safety of others. This incident highlights the extensive training police undergo, not only in de-escalation techniques, but also in rapid tactical response when faced with imminent danger. The critical radio communications underscore the importance of clear and concise information sharing during evolving and dangerous scenarios, crucial for coordinating backup and emergency services. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the sacrifices officers are willing to make to protect the public and the inherent risks associated with their profession.
Join us next time for more thrilling action and non-stop excitement. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned. We are just getting started.